Hello and welcome. This is Jessica Loper here for In the Flow and On Track. And it is Tuesday, February 4th. I had to look at the date here. Okay, so welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're new to me, this is a 2-week series where I help you every 2 weeks, help you to stay in the flow and on track with the goals and intentions that you have set for yourself, or maybe you're discovering what goals or intentions you would like to set. This is meant to help you year round. So first off, I will say, if you haven't seen the replay yet from Sunday, so that was the 2nd. Okay, I can't believe it's already February. I'm glad though. I feel like January always goes slow, so I'm not upset about that. Anyway, so the recording from February 2nd, I'm going to invite you to go back and watch. So it wasn't part of the 2-week series, bi-weekly series. I keep saying 2-week, but it's every 2 weeks. Okay, In the Flow and On Track is every 2 weeks, but I did an extra video on Sunday for helping you with what's holding you back. So if you feel like you need to discover a little bit more about what's holding you back, that was a great video to point you in the right direction and maybe just kind of help you tune in to what may be holding you back or why it is you're feeling that way. So if that's something you need help with, I definitely invite you to go back and watch that video from the 2nd. That is on YouTube only. It was actually part of my monthly live that I do in my Discord group. So that's the only replay I'm going to be putting on YouTube. Moving forward, the first Sunday of every month, you can catch that in the Discord group. So if you're watching on YouTube, I will drop a link to the video and the Discord group there, so you can check those out. So let's talk. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? So it's February. All right, so it's probably been a while since you thought about New Year's resolutions, if you set any, or maybe you had a word for the year. So I just want to invite you to just take a moment to reflect, all right? And actually reflection is something that came up in that video I made a couple days ago too. So just, how are you feeling? And it's okay, like, I'm just gonna invite you to just be honest with yourself and feel whatever you're feeling. Are you feeling like you haven't done what you said you were gonna do? Are you proud of yourself for doing what you said you would do? Or maybe you're somewhere just kind of in the middle, and that's where I'm finding myself. Like, yeah, I've set some goals and intentions and had this vision for, what I want in 2025, and I feel like I've done okay. I haven't done great, but I haven't just totally not done it at all, right? So like, I also set some goals for myself, knowing that it is okay to reevaluate in the spring. So I also just want to remind you of that as well. Springtime can be a good time to plant new seeds, to just reevaluate. We tend to feel more actionable too. During like the spring and summer months, we're a little more actionable, right? So it's okay. But it is still just that good reminder just to reflect, and maybe don't be too hard on yourself if you haven't done everything you said, or if you're just not feeling it, if you're not motivated. If that's how you're feeling, I'm just gonna invite you to just pick one thing to focus on these next couple weeks. Like, let's get back on track. What are you going to get back on track with? Pick something. What are you going to get back on track with? Okay. I'm actually going to keep this really short today, because if you want more in depth, I'm just going to invite you to go back and watch that YouTube video replay from February 2nd. Because I feel like that will also be helpful for you. And now, if you're someone who actually has been doing really well with the goals you've set for yourself this year, then just take a moment to celebrate that. Like, it's not easy. We get so sidetracked as human beings. But one thing that has really helped me is that you can always come back, right? You can always start over, you can always reevaluate, and you don't have to just totally fall off the wagon from something because you didn't do it perfectly. Like, we do things imperfectly perfect. All right, and it's okay. So let's pull a card. I'm going to keep it short today. Just take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath and just kind of tune into what you're feeling and reflecting on. What do you want to focus on for the next couple weeks? All right. Oh, all right. So this is from Matt Kahn, the Healing Mantra deck. I've been using this one a lot lately. And the card is Balancing the Brain. It says, I can be and do all at once. Okay, I love this. This is just kind of like a present moment reminder. I feel like we tend to do one or the other, right? We either be or we do. But we can actually do both at once. All right, I'm going to share this with you. It says, when the brain is balanced, you are no longer bouncing back and forth between being and doing. You allow each action to be expressed from a space of mindfulness, peace, and ease. In a balanced brain, each inner battle has been won, which makes it easier to navigate around those whose minds are still entrenched in conflict. From this space, you are able to do all that needs to be done while operating from the soul's natural state of being. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress at work, being a more mindful parent, and increasing levels of accountability. Okay, so I'm just going to invite you to also just maybe slow down a little bit and just be while you're doing. One example I love, this is one I always kind of come back to, is like if you're doing some kind of chore, like, you know, dishes or folding the laundry or something, is rather than rushing through it, just like be with it. Just like focus on your breath, really think about each dish or each piece of clothing you're folding, whatever it is you're doing. That's when I kind of come back to it. And I'm not saying I do this every time I do dishes or laundry, okay? I'm just being honest with you. I have those times where I'm just like rushing and trying to get through it or whatever, but yeah, I think so today. This is a good reminder for me today, just to come back to that and just take my time and just be with it. Take some deep breaths. It's like a meditative thing. You can be and do at the same time, right? So I invite you to try that. Try that today with some kind of task you're doing. All right, take care. Be back in 2 weeks, and go check out the video from Sunday, and you'll get a little more insight on what's holding you back. Discover how to move forward, you know? All right, take care.